When we mention North Korea, you might associate it with the military and secrecy. North Korea is a highly closed-off country where some things considered normal in other nations might be prohibited or restricted. Today, we will unveil 5 things that North Korea cannot do. Despite the country's mysterious exterior, there are various activities unfolding in the daily lives of its people. Let's delve into the lesser-known aspects and discover a different side of this enigmatic land. Number 5. Interacting with foreigners. In North Korea, interacting with foreigners is far from straightforward. Firstly, even entering the country is a highly restricted task. Ordinary individuals can only visit under strict governmental approval or official arrangements. Upon arrival in North Korea, the residence of foreigners is also significantly restricted, typically limited to specific areas approved by the government. These areas are often relatively closed, subjecting the activities of foreigners to strict control. In this highly closed country, communication is subject to intense scrutiny. Telephone calls, emails, and other forms of communication may be scrutinized by the government to ensure that information is not leaked or disseminated. This implies that foreigners in North Korea face significant challenges in maintaining open communication with the outside world. Even in diplomatic and social contexts, interactions with foreigners are rigorously controlled. The North Korean government strictly manages interactions between diplomats and foreign representatives to ensure that any contact remains under governmental supervision. These measures aim to safeguard North Korea's national security and ideological stability while providing minimal opportunities for the outside world to comprehend the internal conditions of this mysterious nation. Interaction with foreigners in this environment typically requires special approval and supervision from the government. Number 4. Holding foreign items. In North Korea, possessing foreign items, especially those from countries deemed hostile like South Korea or the United States, may be deemed illegal. The government rigorously controls such items. Upon arriving in North Korea, foreign individuals may undergo thorough inspections of the foreign items they possess. The government may scrutinize personal belongings, particularly those originating from perceived enemy states, such as electronic devices, books, audio-visual materials, and more. Holding such items could be considered a threat to national security, leading to strict restrictions and monitoring by the government. Furthermore, the North Korean government may have specific regulations governing the dissemination and use of foreign items. Even if foreign individuals legally bring these items into the country, they may face restrictions on their use and distribution. This control aims to ensure that North Korea remains shielded from the influence of foreign cultures and ideologies, maintaining the nation's closed nature and ideological consistency. These measures require foreigners in North Korea to remain vigilant about the items they carry, avoiding potential legal issues and societal pressures. In this country, the government's strict control over foreign items serves to uphold the independence and seclusion of the nation. Number 3. Leaving the country. In North Korea, ordinary citizens have virtually no opportunities to leave the country. This policy, implemented by the North Korean government, aims to restrict citizens' exposure to the outside world, preserving the country's closed nature. Ordinary citizens are not allowed to depart freely. Any plans to travel abroad must be submitted to the government in advance and receive approval. Even if approved, their travels may be subject to government monitoring and restrictions. Additionally, even high-ranking officials intending to leave may face government constraints. Their departure may require special government approval, subjected to stringent scrutiny. The government might limit the duration and activities of high-ranking officials abroad to ensure they do not disclose state secrets or succumb to external influences. By restricting citizens' departure, North Korea effectively isolates domestic residents from the outside world. This closed policy aims to prevent the infiltration of foreign cultures and ideas, maintaining the nation's independence and seclusion. In this country, discussions about opportunities to leave the country are nearly non-existent, making North Korea a highly closed-off nation from the external world. Number 2. Internet freedom restrictions. North Korea imposes strict censorship and restrictions on the internet. This policy aims to prevent the spread of external information and ideas, maintaining the country's closed nature. The majority of North Korean citizens cannot freely access the international internet. They are limited to browsing information on the government-controlled domestic internet. The government employs various measures to restrict internet freedom. Firstly, ordinary citizens cannot directly access the international internet. They can only browse information on the monitored domestic network in North Korea. Secondly, the government extensively reviews internet content, deleting or blocking information deemed hostile or inappropriate. Even for those granted internet access, close monitoring exists. Their online activities may be subject to real-time government surveillance to ensure they do not encounter information considered dangerous or undesirable. Additionally, socializing on the internet is also restricted, with the government monitoring people's expressions and interactions on social media. In this environment, North Korea becomes a country with limited and controlled information, where citizens' internet freedom is strictly regulated. These measures aim to ensure that domestic residents cannot access external information that may influence their ideology, thereby maintaining the country's closed nature. Number 1. Criticism of leadership. In North Korea, criticizing the leadership is strictly prohibited and considered disrespectful to the nation. The Kim family, as the leaders, holds supreme status in North Korean society. Any disrespect or criticism of the Kim family can lead to severe legal consequences, even resulting in serious criminal charges. The government employs extensive propaganda machinery to promote the elevated image of the leadership, attempting to maintain the leader's prestige. In this environment, criticizing the leadership is seen as a betrayal of the country, potentially resulting in severe consequences at the social, legal, and political levels for the citizens. The purpose of this policy is to uphold the prestige of the leadership, ensuring absolute loyalty of the domestic residents to the ruling elite. Criticizing the leadership is considered crossing a political red line and may lead to serious legal consequences. In North Korea, the exalted image of the leadership is the core of the regime's legitimacy, making criticism of it absolutely unacceptable. In this mysterious and secluded nation, we've just explored 5 restrictions one might face in North Korea, shaping a society isolated from the outside world. Through strict control measures, the North Korean government aims to uphold the exalted image of its leadership, ensuring absolute loyalty from domestic residents. However, these regulations spark profound reflections. In the backdrop of restricted information, perhaps we should strive to understand the internal dynamics of this country. It's not just the story of the North Korean people. It's a narrative of the conflict between closedness and openness, national sovereignty, and individual freedom. If you have more curiosity about North Korea or wish to share your thoughts on this nation, feel free to leave your comments below. Let's delve deeper into this controversial nation, engaging in discussions about the diversity and complexity of our world. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more intriguing content. Thank you for your companionship, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.